Telegraph, one of the most revolutionary inventions of the 19th century that changed how the world communicates. When Italian physicist Alessandro Volta invented the battery, electricity captured the attention of many scientists. Among them, English scientist Francis Ronald, who invented the first ever electrical telegraph in 1816. Afterwards, many scientists would attempt to industrialize use of telegraph by making it more practical. An English duo of Sir Charles Wheatstone and Sir William Cooke created a rhombus-shaped board with needles that would point towards letters when button is pressed. However, two needles had to be turned to indicate a single letter. This was done by following the course of two needles and finding their meeting point. In this case, a letter B is displayed. Across the Atlantic Ocean, three American scientists, Alfred Vail, Samuel Morse, and Leonard Gale, created their own variation of the telegraph. Nonetheless, out of all those scientists, Samuel Morse would become known as the father of the telegraph. This variation of the telegraph simply sent beeping sounds to the recipient. However, beeping consisted of long and short ones, and were as a result compiled into patterns. Combinations represented letters, with most simple combinations referring to most common letters. A, for instance, was one short, one long key press. The famous SOS signal consisted of three short, three long, and three short key presses because it was simple to remember, not because of a common belief that SOS stands for Save Our Ship or Save Our Souls. This language became known as Morse code, and while it took some practice to become efficient in Morse code, this was by far the fastest form of telegraphing. World War I. The war to end all wars. Spoilers! Second World War came soon after. After telegraph's usefulness in warfare was exploited during American Civil War by one American politician, it became clear that this would be an essential tool for any warfare that followed. World War I was no different. Fighting war on a global scale would be very difficult if generals, government officials, and allies could not communicate effectively. Giving quick orders, planning large-scale attacks, and keeping live updates of battles were among benefits of having telegraphs at the disposal of the military.
Moreover, telegraphs provided government with the ability to keep everything under control even from hundreds of miles away. Supplies could be requested to prevent hunger or running out of bullets on the front. Air reconnaissance could be requested to aid soldiers ready to engage in combat. And dead could be reported so their families could be informed soon.
Nonetheless, telegraphs had flaws like requiring wires to operate and being easily intercepted. While a cut-down communication would create a perfect plot for 2019 movie, one intercepted message would completely alter the course of World War I. Yes, the Yanks are coming. This event would lead to a complete turn of World War I. Supplies, troops, and firepower brought by US improved Allies' favors and allowed them to push Central Powers back into their own territories, leading to armistice. This event was sparked by a single telegram, the Zimmermann telegram. Germany secretly proposed that if the United States enters a war, Germany would provide Mexico with funding in a campaign against USA to regain Texas, New Mexico, California, and Arizona. While up to this point America was staying out of Europe, when Germany showed interest in American affairs, the United States did not hesitate to enter the war. However, the impact of this telegram did not stop here. Victorious countries in the war had a meeting, excluding any German officials. At the meeting, they signed the Treaty of Versailles, which punished Germany by forcing them to pay massive war reparations, cede territory, limit the size of their armed forces, and accept full responsibility for the war. Perhaps, if the United States was never involved, the stalemate that formed in World War I would mark the end of war and lead to treaties that would treat both sides equally. Instead, Germany was humiliated by this treaty and its economy was devastated. Money lost value, price for food skyrocketed, and German population battled starvation. German people were desperate and needed hope that life would improve. Since Germans felt angry towards the rest of the world for terrible life imposed on them, nationalism became a rising ideology. As a result, Hitler came to power, and a war that cost 70 million lives began.